Hello, Lorenda Carr here for December 2022 reading. And look, my tree is still up from last December. So we've gone through a whole year of readings with me in the same outfit, with the same tree and the same background. And for those of you who are new, it's only because it is actually January 1st, 2022. And I thought it'd be fun to do a whole series for the whole year ahead of time, pre-record them and see how things play out. So now I'm like really curious to know how the whole year's gone for you all, for me, how things have played out, because I kind of had my suspicions of some things, like, intuitively of what might be going on based on what I know is going to be coming up each month. And I've tried to give good examples of how they could apply, but understanding that just because I give an example of something doesn't mean it means that's exactly what it is about you, or that I'm just all about talking about myself. It's to help you understand the overall vibe of the cards. So I did something a little bit different. I actually pulled one of my cards from my Kuan Yin deck. Okay, I did it ahead of time because I'm still learning them. And one of my goals for 2022 needs to be that I learn this deck really well. Okay, I love numerology, so I can usually tell when I see like when they're numbered. Okay, that when a number breaks down, I can usually tell. Okay, it's an overall vibe. So so I went ahead and pulled the card, but I'm going to read to you a little bit about what it means. Now, not yet. We're going to pull the other cards first and see where it goes and how it ties in. Oh, that's not true. No, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you a little bit overall arching vibe. So, Radiant Moon of Compassion. This is Kuan Yin. And she is, look her up if you don't know who she is. She's the goddess of compassion and mercy. So, the Radiant Moon of Compassion is basically says these energies of challenge. Oh, sorry. Beloved, you are currently challenged by lower vibrational energies. Now, in the past, I've talked about that a lot. Okay. This is not bad. In fact, you have called the situation to you so that you may grow spiritually. Now, so the number 23 breaks down into, if you add them together, it adds up to 5, and 5 in the tarot and in general, in numerology, is conflict. 5 is conflict that offers feedback, that allows you to grow. Okay, so it makes sense that would be it. Kuan Yin is with you to ensure that you are victorious. These energies of challenge may appear to be external in the form of a person, place, thing, or situation, or a current past relationship. They may appear to be internal in the form of a habit of self-doubt, self-judgment, or the judgment of criticism of others. You can either choose to allow these energies to pull you down into fear and judgment, or you can choose to grow spiritually through the practice of compassion and liberate yourself into greater peace, love, and freedom. So that goes back to the number 5, saying, okay, well, you can either wallow in it or learn from it and grow from it. Kuan Yin shines through her radiant moon of compassion, reaching to you to allow her to nourish and lift you up, to help you as you choose to rise above, growing spiritually stronger as a result. Compassion does not mean becoming a doormat or indulging in the emotional suffering or even the manipulation or games that another may seek to play from a partially aware and wounded state. It does not mean collapsing into sympathy and seeking to rescue another from their own life choices and experiences. Compassion is recognition of the power of all souls to co-create their life experience. Compassion is also the recognition of the struggle that humankind can experience in the process of spiritual growth and gentle, loving compassion for all of humanity, not from a position of spiritual ignorance, but from a position of kindness and generosity of spirit. Compassion aligns you back to your soul light, to your own spiritual power, and lifts you to freedom. Allow the beloved mother to shine her radiant moon of compassion in your heart now to help you free yourself from judgment and back into wisdom, discernment, and peace. You deserve no less, beloved. So I find that absolutely beautiful, first of all. These cards, like this is the back of that card. These cards are just absolutely gorgeous. And it'd be interesting to know that by the time this is out for public view, if I'll actually know all these, because that's one of my goals, is to learn these better. So we've got the radiant moon of compassion. So we'll set this aside. Now let's see what else in the tarot is going to go with that. So hopefully I didn't lose you before then. So the radiant moon of compassion is all about realizing that you can be compassionate without being dragged down by others. You can, it goes back to one of my favorite things that I like to do in readings is tell people, okay, here's your music staff, and each note represents a vibration. And when you're in a certain note, in a certain vibration, you're not always going to see other ones because you're stuck in the staff and all you see are people in the same note with you. And that's where, you know, vibration aligns. Okay. And that's why daily vibe check started so many years ago, not so many, like 3 years ago. All right. So let's see what Spirit wants us to know for this December 2022. And then I can go change my outfit finally. All right. Okay. So Ace of Swords, strength in adversity. So the Ace of Swords is all about, in the past, is saying, okay, I'm going to take all the things that I learned that were problematic, that were traumatic, that were rough things, that they were, you know, conflict, all the things that were conflict. And we're going to start new with that knowledge. We're not taking that leap of faith into a fool's journey of not knowing what the world we're doing. This is more calculated. Okay, so new journey. Okay, Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords says, okay, in the present, maybe there's a little bit of conflict, but you can see conflict is running away. Okay, or maybe there's just chaos. It could be chaos. So maybe with this new journey, there has been some chaos, but just understand that when that chaos comes in, that Knight of Swords, they're doers. They don't even get on a horse. This guy's not even on a horse. He's on a motorcycle, so he can come and go faster. And just know that it's going to come and it's going to go quickly. Okay. That could be a relationship. It could be a job situation. It could be just about anything really. But conflict and chaos. It's not even necessarily bad chaos. It's or bad conflict. It can be just something that comes in and goes, makes you go, whoa, slow down, hold on here. Okay. But then you got the Knight of Pentacles, which is pursuing something like a new job, new venture, and something that brings you earthly, more tangible rewards. Okay. So again, knights are doers. So this is you as a situation saying, you know what? I'm going to take all the conflict of, I'll use job as an example of my past job. And I'm going to take all that conflict and I'm going to turn it into something good. And I'm going to go after a new job, or I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to do something different. Okay. Because you have learned some lessons from that conflict. Eight of Cups here. Oh, I love this. So here is the advice. Eight of Cups reversed. When it's upright, you can see she's walking away. It's walking away from something that doesn't serve you well anymore. Conflict, things that are bringing you down, things that are holding you back. It can even mean like walking away from a computer that is like from the 1990s that no longer works. Okay. You're upgrading your technology. Okay. So maybe you need to upgrade your technology, or maybe you don't need to upgrade your technology. So when it's reversed, it's saying either you're having a hard time and you're refusing to walk away from something is making things worse, or it's saying you don't necessarily need to walk away. Maybe it's not time to walk away yet. Maybe it's time to look at things a little bit differently. I'm going to pull out another card as an outcome and see, kind of tie this all together. The Sun reversed. Okay, so this is like delayed success. It's so I feel like this is saying that with this conflict that comes flying in here, I think this throws you off. I think it throws you off. And if you do not walk away, you're not going to feel the sun on your face. You're not going to shine. Your light is just not going to shine the way you need it to. And this is where you have to evaluate, do I move forward with this? maybe you look at the relationships that you'll be in if you move into a new situation, if you change jobs. Look into your bigger situation and figure out if I do move on, or if I don't move on, what happens? Okay. I feel like this is saying if you don't move on, you can't achieve your goals if you don't move forward. A lot of things had to happen with the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords, that chaos and learning your lessons. And if given the choice to move on, you probably should move. And always forward motion is always the answer. Sometimes you do need to sit in something and feel it and experience it. But I feel like this is saying, with this chaos that comes, it's going to make you want to sit and not go forward. It's going to stun you. And you need to understand that you don't need to do that. You do not need to do that. Celebrate honesty. I feel like this is saying be honest with yourself. And I know last month in November was about truth and being truthful with yourself. I think it was November. I forget. They're all running together now. But being honest with yourself. Do you need this? Or do and what's going to happen if you don't move on? If you engage in that conflict, if you allow that Knight of Swords to come in and create this chaos energy that throws you off your trail that you're on a mission to get something done. You just have to be honest with yourself. Like, is that really serving me well? Is this chaos? Is it legit? Really you have to be honest with yourself about this whole situation. I'm going to pull one more card to get more clarity on this Eight of Cups and what to do, the advice, what to do. Six of Cups reversed. This is really interesting because going back to what the card, the book said, maybe it's a past lover or a past relationship, because this Six of Cups is the nostalgia card. So sorry, I'm like downloading information here from my spirit guides. This is gonna touch somebody very specifically, I feel like. So you've got to be, this is saying walk away from whatever this is. Okay. I'm going to give you a really good example. You were in a relationship. It was bad. You finally got out. Okay. Like Montel Williams back in the day used to say, an X is an X for a reason. It was bad. Okay. So you moved forward, which interestingly enough, a year ago on January 2022, it was all about getting out of dysfunctional relationships and dysfunctional things and moving forward motion. So here we are in December having that same conversation, sort of. So when all this happened a year ago, okay, all this conflict happened and you finally got your voice and you jumped out, you got out of it, okay? You were stronger for it. Okay, in that past, you were stronger for that. And you've moved forward and you had new life goals. You had new life goals and new momentum. And then along comes that ex. Or someone from your past coming back. Maybe it's like a parent or a child, a relative that comes back into your life that creates all this chaos, and it makes you question everything. Makes you question everything that you've done in the last year as you've moved on, as you've pursued your goals and your dreams and moved forward from things. Somebody from the past comes in. And these two together couldn't read more like a book. You've got to walk away, or they will. Do not buy into the, oh, but I'm new. I'm not the Vic 20. For those of you who remember what a Vic 20 is, we had one. It was crazy. Black and white screen. It was crazy. Anyway, the Eight of Cups. upgrade your technology, upgrade your relationships, upgrade your standards, and don't keep going back to what's old and not working. Stay away from what is old and not working. And if that was a dishonest relationship, it was say it was they were cheating. Okay. Honesty is a huge issue. They are not going to be the person that they say they are. They're coming in with all sunshine and rainbows, and it's a lie because they don't know how to do that. And you don't have to go on that journey with them. You can have compassion. You can love them from a distance. You can send them good energy, but you need to understand that they are not being honest with you or themselves. One, if not both. You can have compassion. You can shine the light on it and see for what it is. In the one of the books I used to interpret cards when I was first learning them, the sun card represented fathers and children, fathers and babies, and the relationship between a father and a baby. And when it's upside down, is that relationship isn't what it as strong as it should be. Okay, or maybe it's a deceptive relationship. So I feel like if I were to be real specific, maybe your father or father figure or someone that you trusted in a relationship that you looked up to. So that could even be a boss. Someone that you looked up to is still not that person. The sun will never shine on that relationship. It will still stay dark. And it's okay for you to have compassion for that person, be honest with yourself and be honest with them and go, oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you for teaching me how to be a better person. I have moved on from you. Many blessings to you. Here's the door. Do not engage. Do not get locked into their energy. Do not get sucked into their energy. Because I tell you what, this card and everything we just read about this card says run away. And you know, the holidays are times when past relatives show up. And they maybe want to make amends. They want to be back in your life. Maybe that's not for the best. And now I'm super interested because I know, like, my own situation, I've got family that doesn't talk to me. Does that mean in a year they're going to start talking to me, or they're going to try to talk to me? Or maybe am I going to talk to them and they're going to reject me? I mean, this could be about them too. I can still love them from a distance and send them good vibes, but I need to be honest with myself about what's really the relationship going to be like. Say we did get back together. Well, would it be really good? Does my energy and vibration align with them at all? Or do I have to lower my energy to be in their field? And I feel like looking at how things have played out over the year and all these readings that I've done this afternoon for the whole year, I can see how this would come back up. Well, it'll be a time of reflection and a time of you looking at yourself, and it's going to force you to go, please hold. And you're going to look back and you're going to see the growth. And you're going to say, no, thank you. I wish you well, but no, thank you. So there you go. That's a whole year. I just did a whole year. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it all worked. What the year, how the year played out for myself, as well as the people that are watching the videos. I want to thank you for being on this journey with me the whole year and helping me grow. I'm sure I'm saying that now because I'm assuming I'm growing. I'm assuming that 1 year from now, I will be a very different person, hopefully a much better person even, and a more enlightened person, and doing the spiritual work that I love to do. And also my ears are ringing really loudly. So that tells me that my spirit guides are right here with me on board. And I'm assuming they wish you well they wish you well as well. All right. Have a fantastic Christmas and a holiday season, or whatever you celebrate, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or don't celebrate. Just have a great month. And I will see you next year, hopefully in a different outfit. Thanks. Bye-bye.